process as explained in section 144 will be set on the accused in due course. A letter has been sent to the senior prosecutor signaling the intention to charge the accused with the offences as set out in the instruction, and I beg leave to hand up that instruction. It's already attached to the charge sheet. I also beg leave to attach the provisional indictment to the charge sheet. Briefly, Your Worship, as the court has already indicated, the charges that the accused are facing are firstly murder, that with the provisions of the minimum sentence legislation. Second count is attempted murder. Third count is robbery with aggravating circumstances, right with minimum sentence legislation. Fourth count is possession of firearm, and the last count on 5 is possession of ammunition. The particulars of the accused have already been put on record. As far as count 1 is concerned, the state will aver that on the 26th of October 2014, at Vosloorus in the Sports District, the accused killed Mr. Senzo Meyiwa, a 30-year-old male, by shooting him with a firearm. Second count will be that on the same date and place, the accused attempted to kill Ms. Ekurhuleni, an adult female, by shooting her with a firearm. Count 3 will be that on the same date, place, the accused robbed Ms. Ekurhuleni of a Samsung cellular phone. Aggravated circumstances being present in that the firearm was used. Count 4 will be that on the same date, place, the accused were in possession of a 9mm Parabellum C7 model 775 pistol with an obliterated serial number without being in possession of a license to possess the said firearm. And count 5 is that on the same date and place, they were in possession of an unknown quantity of non-parabellum caliber ammunition. Your Worship, the state is going to allege the following facts: that the deceased, Mr. Senzo Meyiwa, was born on the 24th of January 1984 and was a well-known professional footballer who played as a goalkeeper for Orlando Pirates in the Premier Soccer League and for the South African national team, Bafana. That he was in a love relationship with an equally famed artist, Mrs. Ekurhuleni, and they had a child born out of that relationship. That on the evening of the 26th of October 2014, Mr. Senzo Meyiwa had visited Ms. Ekurhuleni at her mother's house in Vosloorus. That there were several other persons in the said house, namely Ms. Ekurhuleni, who is the owner of the house, Ms. Ekurhuleni, she is the sister to Kelly Kumalo, Mr. Longo Twala, Mr. Timelo Madala, a friend of Mr. Senzo Meyiwa, and Mr. Mtokozizi Twala. in the lounge/dining room area of the house. That at about 2000 hours, 2 persons burst into the house, armed with a firearm and knife, and demanded money and cell phones. That a scuffle ensued between Mr. Senzo Meyiwa and the person armed with a firearm, who was dreadlocked, had a gold slit on one of the tooth, and was wearing a khaki-colored jacket. A shot was discharged, and it ricocheted on the floor and struck Ms. Zandi Lorraine Kumalo in the right ankle, hence the charge of attempted murder. A second shot went off, and Mr. Meyiwa was then shot once in the chest whilst in a standing position, and the bullet went through his body. Well, first went through his chest, then his body, and exited at his back, and it hit the back of the door that Mr. Meyiwa was standing against. This was a contact shot. The state is going to aware that possibly 3 shots were discharged in total. The state is also going to aware that a cell phone was removed from Ms. Kelly Kumalo, and the attackers then fled, dropping a head on the premises. Mr. Meyiwa was then transported to the nearby Butsilong facility in Vosloorus, where he was declared dead on arrival at 21:15. A post-mortem was conducted on Mr. Meyiwa on the 28th of October 2014 by Dr. Ioannis Spinaka, and the cause of death is given as consistent with bullet wounds on the chest involving the heart and lung. The state will also aware that the spent bullet fragment and one spent 9mm caliber bullet were subsequently found in the house. And lastly, the state will aware that the accused were acting in the presence of a common purpose.
Thank you. Has a copy been supplied to the interpreter for her assistance? Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. Njengoba ke nasichazele ukuthi ke nalana ngaphambi komthetho amaphepha ke andibizele ukuthi ngiyovela enkantolo High Court, South Gauteng High Court. Ngey'nsolo ezilandelayo ke insolo ezokubulala, ezokuzama ukubulala, ezokuphanga Mhlomile, ezokuphatha isibhamu ngokusemthethweni, ezokuphatha ke inkambu ke ngokusemthethweni. Ukuthi ke na kuthiwa ngomhla ka-26 October 2014 Vosloorus Boksburg lapho khona ke ngongemthetho nangenhloso niye nabulala umnumzane uSenzo Meyiwa. Iminyaka yakhe ngaleso sikhathi beyiku-30 ngokumdubula. Insolo zesibini ke ngomhla ka-26 October 2014 Vosloorus Boksburg ngaphandle komthetho nangenhloso niye nazama ukubulala uZandile Lorraine Kumalo, umuntu wesifazane, ngokumdubula ngesibhamu. Insolo zesithathu ke ngomhla ka-26 October 2014 Vosloorus Boksburg ngaphandle komthetho nangenhloso ke niye nahlasela umama uKelly Kumalo. Lapho khona ke niye namthathela ke umakhalekhukhwini wakhe Samsung S4. Lapho into eyenza ukuthi ke le insolo zibe nesindo ukuthi niye nasebenzisa isibhamu. Insolo zesine ngomhla ka-26 October 2014 Vosloorus Boksburg ngaphandle komthetho ke nangenhloso ke nina ke kuthiwa beniphethe isibhamu lapho khona kukhulunywe ngesibhamu ese-9mm parabellum C7 model 75 pistol. Lapho khona ke i-serial number yakhona ibisuliwe, nibe ningenayo ke igunya lokuthi ningasiphatha leso sibhamu ngokusemthethweni. Insolo ezisihlanu ukuthi ngomhla ka-26 October 2014 Vosloorus Boksburg ngaphandle komthetho ke nangenhloso beniphethe-ke isibalo esingaziwa eseyinhlamvu eze-9mm parabellum caliber. Lapho khona ke beningenayo imvume ngokomthetho ukuthi ngingaphatha-ke lezo nhlamvu lezo-ke ebeke kunkonakala ukuthi zingangena-ke kulesibhamu esi-9 mm nokuthi-ke kungahle kwenzeke ukuthi nidubule. Futhi-ke ngamafuphi-ke kuchazwa okulandelayo-ke ukuthi-ke abokushushisa bona-ke bathi kwenzeke ngale ndlela ngalelanga la nge-26 ka-October 2014 ukuthi-ke umnumzana uSenzo Meyiwa okuyena sewashiya emhlabeni ukuthi wazalwa ngomhlaka 24 January 1984 bekungumdlali webhola ayi-goalkeeper e-Orlando Pirates dlalela i-Premier Soccer League nokuthi-ke futhi waye umdlali abambela futhi Bafana-ke ekuyiqembu lesizwe nokuthi-ke wayethandana nosaziwayo-ke owumculi uMiss Kelly Khumalo futhi banengane-ke kuhlobo babo noma ubudlelwane babo. Ngaloko busuku be-26 ka-October 2014 umnumzana uSenzo Meyiwa bekavakashele kuKelly Khumalo emzini kamawakhe ose-Vosloorus. Kuye ngafika bekunabantu-ke abambalwa-ke kulo muzi kanye nomama uGladness Khumalo umnikazi womuzi umama kaZandi noKelly Khumalo. Kulo muzi bokunolongwethwala kunoTumelo Madlala umngani kamnumzane Senzo Meyiwa nomnumzane uMthokozisi Thwala bebasedining room noma-ke i-lounge. Ngabo-8 ubusuku-ke kungena abantu ababili endlini baphethe isibhamu kanye nomesa lapho khona-ke baye bafuna imali nama-cellphone. Kuye kasuka impi phakathi-ke komnumzane uSenzo Meyiwa kanye nalomlisa wayephethe isibhamu lapho khona-ke loyo-ke umlisa wayenama-threats futhi-ke enezinyo elebhodi bekafake ijakhethi ekhakhi. Lapho-ke kuye kadubulwa leyo nhlamvu yashaya phansi yaphinde yabuyela yashaya umama uZandi Khumalo ecakaleni lakhe lasesandleni sokudla. Inhlamvu eyesibili-ke iye yashaya umnumzane uMeyiwa yaphinde futhi-ke yamshaya kudutshulwe kanye yamshaya esifubeni nokuthi-ke yaphuma ngasemuva yaphinde yashaya isicabha lesibika incini ngakuso. Kuye futhi-ke inhlamvu leyo-ke yadutshulwa umuntu okhona wayeseduze-ke kwakhe umnumzane uMeyiwa. Ngokuthi-ke ngokunjalo-ke kudutshulwe amahlandla amakhathi. Kuye kathathwa-ke umakhalekhukhwini waka-Miss Kelly Khumalo. Labo bantu-ke bese-ke bayaphuma bayabaleka washiyeka isigqoko endaweni. Umnumzane Meyiwa uye wathathwa wayisa esibhedlela esiseduze eButhilo le ese-Vosloorus lapho khona-ke ngo-9 ebusuku-ke kwasekushiwo ukuthi-ke akasekho emhlabeni. Udokotela uJohannes Steenekam nge-28 ka-October 2014 uye-ke wayenza i-postmortem kukona-ke ukuhlola-ke umzimba kamufi umnumzane uSenzo Meyiwa lapho khona-ke kuye kasho-ke ukuthi inhlamvu-ke iye yangena esifubeni lapho khona iye yathinta-ke inhliziyo namaphaphu. Lapho khona-ke kuye katholakala-ke inhlamvu e-9 mm caliber endlini nokuthi futhi-ke kuthiwa-ke abamangalelwa njengoba bame lapha kwenkantolo-ke bebasebenza ngokupha isolinye.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Your Worship, the state will aver that in light of the circumstances, the matter results under Schedule 6, and that in terms of Section 611, that the accused must be kept in custody until they show that exceptional circumstances exist for their being released from the trial. The state will then request that the matter be postponed to the stage for the service of the documents as mentioned in Section 144, the final indictment. I don't know whether the court allocate the date or...
Just before we get to that, number 1, 3, 4, and 5 who are unrepresented. You have now heard what the state is going to be alleging. The court must inform you that you are entitled to bring a formal bail application if you wish to do so. This is, as the state has already pointed out, a so-called Schedule 6 offence, which means that you will have to convince the court that there are exceptional circumstances as to why it is in the interest of justice for you to be released on bail.
Accused number 1, 3, 4, no 5, njengoba senizwile-ke ukuthi-ke insolo-ke zokusheshisa-ke ukuthi zithini, njengoba-ke ningenabo abameli ninelungelo lokuthi-ke ningafaka isicelo se-bail. Nikhumbuleke ukuthi kule nsolo lezi nibhekene nazo kusemandleni ukuthi nibonise inkantolo ukuthi-ke zikhona izimo ey'phoqayo ukuthi nidedelwe ngebail.
In order to convince the court, you will have to introduce evidence either by testifying yourself, handing in an affidavit, or by calling witnesses to testify on your behalf. But there must be formal evidence placed before the court can make a finding that it is in the interest of justice for you to be released on bail.
Ukuthi-ke nikhiphele ubufakazi lobo ukuthi-ke nithule ubufakazi ngokwenu noma-ke nibhalise wona ama-affidavit noma nibize abufakazi abazonifakazela-ke kodwa-ke nikhumbule ukuthi bonke lobo bufakazi lobo ubufakazi kubalulekile ukubhala phansi.
Severe accused number 1, do you wish to bring a bail application?
Makusibia accused number 1, ungathanda ukufaka isicelo se-bail? Your Worship, before I proceed to the question of bail, Your Worship, I would like to explain to the court that when I'm standing here before court as it is, Your Worship, what is it that is happening?
Right. I'm not going to allow you at this stage to hijack the proceedings. There are certain processes that needs to be followed. The court explained to you firstly your right with regards to legal representation. You indicated that you did not even answer. And the court now wishes to inquire from you whether you intend bringing a bail application. Do you wish to answer this question?
Angeke sibuyeze ithuba lokuthi wena ngiyakwazi ukuthi uzenze umashana ngecala. Usuchazeliwe ukuthi-ke amalungelo wakho athini. Sakuchazela ukuthi unalo ilungelo ukuthi ube nomlilo. Azange uze uphendule nakulokho. Manje-ke sicela ukuthi uphendule lo mbuzo lona ubuzwa manje ukuthi ungathanda yini ukuthi wenze isicelo se-bail. No, Your Worship, I will not be applying for bail.
Do you happy with your plan to bring the bail application?
This is not a state, Your Worship, and I'm currently support the state's application for the matter consult.
Thank you. Accused number 3, Mr. Meyiwa, do you wish to bring a bail application?
Accused number 3, ungathanda ukufaka isicelo se-bail? I am serving a sentence, Your Worship.
So will you not be applying for bail?
Angeke sifake isicelo se-bail. No, Your Worship, if only it can be explained to me as to what is the reason that I am arrested. Because in this matter, various people, Your Worship, are being accused, Your Worship. They first went to Mpangeni, and then now they are coming to us, Your Worship, and pointing that we are the one who committed this matter.
As the court explained to you earlier, you can be quiet now. As the court explained to you earlier, I'm not going to deal with the merits of the matter today. That is for the trial court to decide. You will get your day in court where you can place your version of the facts before the court.
Njengoba inkantolo ichazelile ukuthi-ke angeke sikwazi ukuthi singenelele odabeni inkantolo ezolalela icala-ke ezosebenza ngale cala ukuthi kwenzakaleni nakwenzakalanga ini.
Did you say you do not know why you are here? The interpreter interpreted the charges as well as a summary of the facts on which the state is going to rely.
Njengoba-ke wena uthi awazi ukuthi indaba ulana-ke uhloliwe wakuhlolikela-ke insolo obhekene nazo nokuthi-ke ngamafuphi-ke nabo kushushise bathi bona banisola ngani.
Accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, do you intend bringing a bail application?
Accused number 4, Mapisa, ungathanda ukufaka isicelo se-bail? I am serving a sentence, Your Worship. I do not see the necessity of applying for a bail.
Mr. Ntuli, do you intend bringing a bail application?
Mtuli, ungathanda ukufaka isicelo se-bail? Now we are funded. Your Worship, at the moment I do not see the need to proceed with bail application, Your Worship, because I'm also incarcerated, Your Worship. I have a pending case elsewhere. The other thing, Your Worship, the point that we would like to drive forward to the court is that what we are explaining to the court, we are explaining to something that happened to us, Your Worship.
What this will tell you is what is your charter and what you attended.
The gentleman, Your Worship, who's wearing glasses, Your Worship, first came to Kalarabusha, where I reside, and he first said that he was there to arrest detainees. Now the tables have turned, Your Worship. He is now pointing at us.
Right. How long will the state need in order to get the documentation ready and the service of the government?
Your Worship, independent document sheets.
Question for the 27th of November. Do you have any objection against the requested postponement to that date?
No objections.
Just one last aspect. The state has indicated that the accused were transported from various destinations. And is there a request with regards to the detention of the accused?
Indeed, Your Worship, all the accused are currently in custody. The state will request that all the postponed in custody. Case number 1 is currently held at Monabi Correctional Facility. The detention warrant should be held there in the week. Case number 2 is be postponed at the area police station in Victoria.
Just with regards to police stations, I have not received any written confirmation from the station commissioner with regards to the conditions and the suitability of the area police station as a detention center, and at this stage the board will not entertain such only correctional settings.
The investigating officer will attend to that.
Where is he currently held?
There is my information that is currently out.
I will give you the opportunity to discuss the issue quickly with the investigating officer. In the absence of anything else, the court will then order that he be detained at Boksburg Correctional Center.
What cases?
Do you wish to speak to the investigating officer?
I'll speak to him. If we can then just move to case number 3. He is currently held at Johannesburg prison. Because of being exposed to Johannesburg prison. Case number 4 is currently held at Legal prison. Legal. Yes, Legal. That he is postponed to Legal Correctional Center. And case number 5 is currently held at Ekurhuleni, at the prison known as, and I'll spell it for the court, is QA,
Another Q.
that's QALA, only one Q, QALAKABUSHA, Talakabusha.
While we discuss the issue with the investigating officer, the court is going to address the accused who are not represented by attorneys at this stage again. At the beginning of the proceedings, the court explained your right to legal representation and the workings of the legal aid law. The court reminds you of this again. You now know what the charges are that the state intends bringing against you. You now know the seriousness of the alleged offences. The court is going to postpone the issue of the case at this stage. I am not going to request an answer of you, but keep this in mind. Don't reconsider. Keep in mind that an attorney or an advocate can be able to assist you with the legal issues that you have and that you have voiced up until now.
Inkatsholo-ke ithi iyathanda-ke ukucebisa laba o-accused number 1, 3, 4, and 5 abangenabo umlilo ukuthi-ke njengoba ngichazeliwe-ke ecaleni ilungelo ukuthi ningabandluleli senizwile ukuthi iziphi iy'nsolo-ke elibhekene nazo niyazi nesisindo sazo futhi-ke nanikhumbule-ke ukuthi-ke okwamanje-ke aniphocelekile ukuthi ningaphendula ningahamba-ke niyicabangisise kahle le ndaba ukuthi-ke mhlampe-ke nibone ukuthi mhlampe kukhona ukuthi-ke sikhona isidingo sokuthi nicele ummeli kahulumeni okuwumeli ka-8 ukuthi anisize ngalokho noma-ke ningayitholela ummeli engingakhona ukuthi nimkhokhe ukuthi anisize ngalokho kule y'nsolo lezi-ke enibe nibhekene nazo.
Go and think about it. The court will address the issue again on your next appearance in court.
Hambani-ke niyicabangisisa-ke inkantolo-ke izofinyelela lolu mase asalathi mase-ke nimivula.
State will just ask that case number 2 should stand down. We'll try and communicate with the station commissioner of the area.
Now you ask
asking for a short adjournment?
Yes, yes. I was just wondering whether once we procure the documentation, whether we can send the report order to chambers.
I need to inform the accused in open court as to where he is going to be detained.
We just will resume once we figure out the
The court will then adjourn for a few minutes. The person will resume as soon as we're ready.